Hi to all. Welcome to the channel Safa's Center for Learning. Today we are going to learn another concept from the Indian society, caste system. Okay. So in this caste system we are going to learn these topics: definitions of the caste by various sociologists, features of the caste system, caste and class, Varna system, causes for the changes in the caste system, what are the origins of the caste system theories, and the merits and demerits of the caste system, and multiple choice questions. Okay, let's start the session with the definitions of the various sociologists. So first and foremost person, Martindale and Monocracy. They define caste as an aggregate of persons who share obligation and privileges is fixed by birth, sanction, and supported by religion and magic. So simply what he was saying, that caste is the privilege. Caste is the what? Privilege which is given by birth. By birth or religion and any magic. Okay, these three concepts are very important. Okay, so according to Martindale and Monocracy, a caste is an aggregate persons who share obligations and privileges which is given by birth and religion. So according to T.N. Madar and D.N. Mazumdar, they said that caste is a social group. According to them, the caste is a social group where they socialize themselves, where their behavior and everything will changes. According to Kule, when class is somewhat strictly hereditary, we may call it as a caste. Here he mentioned the two concepts. One is a class, another one is a caste. Both are different. I am saying it, both are different. So I'll explain this class and caste system in the coming slides. Okay, just wait for a few minutes. So when the class is too much strict, it will become a caste, according to Kule. Dumont described the caste is not a form of stratification but as a special form of inequality. The major attribute of the caste is hierarchy, separation, and the division of labor. Absolutely, he is very he gave the very wholesome definition of the caste. What he said, that caste is not a stratification. Stratification means not in the form of layers, hierarchy, okay, but a special form of a inequality. What is this inequality? If you see that the caste system, there is a division of labor. Division of labor. So those who works with the clay and all these things, we call it Kumari. Those who wash clothes, we call it as a Rajaka. So these things plays very important role when it comes to the caste. It is special form of inequality and the major attribute of the hierarchy, separation. So according to Bailey, caste groups are united into system through two principles. What is segregation and the hierarchy? Hierarchy means who is the first, who comes the first one, second, third, fourth, like a Brahmins, Vaishyas, Kshatriyas, Shudras. This is what we call the hierarchy system of the caste. Segregation is based upon the work that they will do. Like those who does the washing of the clothes, we call it as a Rajaka, and a Golla, people who used to rear the goats or sheep. Okay. So this is what the segregation means. When it comes to the Lundberg, he defined caste is nearly a rigid social class into which members are born and from which they can withdraw or escape only with extreme difficulty. Remember, with extreme difficulty only it is possible, otherwise it can't. So he states that caste is a nearly rigid social group. That means we can't change. The change is very minimal. Okay, you can't escape from the social system which is already prevailed by birth of yours. Okay. So this is what he said, and it's also said that it is an endogenous, as I already discussed about. Endogenous means within the system. What? Within the system. Endogenous marriages. Caste is an endogenous system. Okay. Next, let's talk about the features of the caste system. Like, what are the special features of the caste system? The first and foremost is it is ascriptive. It is ascriptive. That means it is by the birth and not by the status. Not by status. It is by birth. This is what we call the ascriptive. We call it the ascribe also. Okay. And it is endogamous. As I said that the membership in a caste involves the strict rules about the marriage. Okay. They only marriage inside their group. That is why called endo marriages. Inside the group. Okay. Next, commensality. This commensality refers to the food. Okay, food habits that they follow. If you take the Brahmins, they're very particular about the food that what they eat. They won't eat the non-veg, fish, egg, all this. So these are the food taboos. We call it as these are the food taboos. Okay. So commensal taboos. So they're very particular about the food type that they eat. And the hierarchy. So caste system involves arrangement of caste groups in a hierarchy of rank and status. Status mainly, it's about the economic status. Okay, if you see that in the AP, different types of caste are there, like Reddy, Chaudhary, Naidus. All these castes are segregated in a hierarchical system. Okay. So this is what the hierarchy means. And the caste based occupations. So for every caste there is a particular occupation is interlinked. Suppose if you take Kumari, they'll do with a work with a clay. Okay. If you take Vadrangi or goldsmith, ironsmith, all these. So for every occupation there is a interlinking of the caste also. Okay. Segmental organization. Segmental organization means the caste itself involves a subdivisions. Suppose if you see that the caste BC, backward class, it involves a subdivisions A, B, C, D. These are the subdivisions of the caste, like Rajaka, Golla, Seti Balija. All these comes under the subcaste. Okay. And these features of the caste system, I also say the few things. Caste system is mainly by birth. Mainly by birth. And it is innate. The caste system is innate. What is innate means? Innate means absolute rigidity. As I said that the caste system is absolute rigid in nature. Absolute rigid. That means no one can change it inside the system. Okay. So, and caste panchayat. This is very important. Caste panchayat is the like authority. Generally, every caste there is a one head, and below the head a few members are there, and they'll take the behavior of this caste, like the discipline. They'll maintain the discipline of the caste. They maintain the discipline of the caste of their own. Okay. These are the features of the caste system. Okay. Let's talk about caste and class. What is difference between the caste and class? Both are very, very different in nature. Class is by the virtue of education, wealth and other achievements. Suppose, I'll give a small example. Where is a caste is by birth. Suppose, now let us take an example of person X. He belonged to the community of let us take a Reddy. And when he married to another woman, belong to the same caste, and one boy is born, and he also comes from the Reddy's category. This is what the caste. Caste is hereditary. When it comes to the class, class is not hereditary. It is achievable. Okay, it is not ascribed. So achievable means, suppose when you born in a very poor people, like suppose when you born into a very poor people background, but with better education, better wealth, or better your ideas, and you can achieve the status of rich. This is what we call the class. This class is middle class, let us take, and this is rich. So this is what the caste and class difference. In this caste, there is a social mobility. That means one cannot change their caste from the higher caste to lower caste to higher caste. Okay, they won't allow it. But there is in the class, there is social mobility is there. That means if you born into the poor, you can become a rich person. Okay, there is social mobility is there. Okay, when you marry, suppose if you are very poor and you marry a girl of very high renowned person, then you become a rich. So it is what your status. Members are generally conscious about their social status in this. If you see that members are not normally conscious of their social status. No. Now, caste system expects members to follow certain rituals, customs, and etc. Suppose we take a Brahmins. They have different customs and rituals. As I said, it is a food taboos. They have some food taboos, and they follow some rituals, everyday rituals, everyday pujas. Okay, these are the customs they follow. But in the social class, there is no prescribed way of custom rituals. Okay, there is no prescribed. Here the intercaste marriage is not possible. But here, yes, it is possible. It is depends upon the mindset of the two people, women and the men. It is a difference. It is a mindset between the two people, whether they understanding each other or not. It's totally depend upon them. This is what the difference between the caste and class. So with that, we are ending this session at this moment, and we are come with again with the next topics. Stay tuned to the Stafford Center for Learning. Thank you very much.